Hello friends, today we will do some questions on chapter Cell of class 8 NCERT Exemplar. So let's start with the first question. It says, choose the correct statement with respect to unicellular organism. So let's find the correct statement. First option is, in unicellular organism, tissues work in coordination to perform different functions. We know that in unicellular organism there is only one cell, so tissues cannot exist there. So this option is wrong. Next option. Unicellular organism do not require food. We again know that all living organisms need food to survive. So this option is also wrong. Next option. Unicellular organism respire and reproduce. This is correct because we know all living things respire and they reproduce to continue their generation. So this is correct. We can also check the next option. All unicellular organisms move by cilia. This cannot be correct because we know that some organisms move by flagella. So it is written all unicellular organisms move by cilia. So this is not correct. So the correct option is option C. Now let's move to the second question. Majority of cells cannot be seen directly with our naked eyes because. So we have to tell the reason why we cannot see most of the cells. First option. Organisms are generally unicellular. As we know that an ostrich egg, that is a single cell that has a size of 13 into 17 centimeter. So this cannot be the correct option. Second option, cells are microscopic. Yes, we know that most of the cells around us, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, that are all microscopic. Even the human cell, one single cell cannot be seen naked eyes, that is also microscopic. So this is the correct reason. So this can be true. Next option, cells are present only inside the body. No, we know that the cells are outside our body for our skin cells, the plant, the animal cells, and all the bacteria, viruses in the air. They are outside the body. So this is not the correct reason. Next option, cells are grouped into tissues. This is also not the correct option because we know that we have our skin cells, that is tissues, but we can see them in a group, and there are many other organisms like amoeba and spirogyra that are single cells, so we cannot also see them. So this is also wrong. So our answer to the second question is B, that cells are microscopic. Third question, read the different combinations of terms given below. The correct combination of terms with reference to an animal cell is. So in this question, we have to tell that which of the following properties are within an animal cell. So let's read the options and answer the question. First, cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, and plastid. By looking at the first term, that is cell wall, we can properly differentiate that the cell wall is not present in the animal cell because the only shape present in the animal cell is a cell membrane. So this option is also incorrect. Next option, cell wall, nucleus, ribosome and chromosome. Again, we know that the cell wall is not present in animal cells. So this is also a point of differentiation that these two options are not correct. The third option, cell membrane, mitochondria, ribosome and chromosome. So we know that cell membrane is present in animal cell. That is true. Second, mitochondria, that is also present in animal cell. It is also true. Third option, ribosome. We know that ribosome is common in both plant cell and animal cell. That is also true. and chromosome. We know that chromosome is the basic genetic material in every cell. So this is also true. So this option is correct. Let's also look at the fourth option: cell membrane, ribosome, mitochondria, and chloroplast. So we can clearly see that chloroplast is not present in animal cell because the plastids, which include chloroplast, are only present in the plant cell or the phototropic plants. Next question we see: which one of the following term is not a part of the nucleus? So we know that the nucleus is a center of the cell that controls the cell. So here is a nucleus and it contains a small nucleolus, the center, and it contains some material that is condensed in the form of chromatin. So according to this diagram, we will answer the question. So first option, ribosome. By the first option, we know that ribosome is not present in nucleus, but we will also see other options. Second option, nucleolus. This is the nucleolus. This circular thing in the nucleus is called nucleolus, that is present in the nucleus. So it is not the answer. Third option, chromosome. This material, chromatin, that is condensed, it is the form of chromosome. So it is also incorrect. Fourth option is gene. We know that the chromosome is like this structure. In this, the DNA is stored, and DNA is a gene. So we know that the gene is in the nucleus. So this option is also incorrect. So the correct option is ribosome. Moving on to the next question. A suitable term for various components of cell is. So we know that first is cell. I will write here. First is cell, and a group of cells is called. इसमें राइट का ऑप्शन नहीं आता. So moving on to the next question. The question is, a suitable term for various components of cell is. We know that the various cells combine to form a tissue, and various tissues combine to form organs and so on. So the correct answer is tissue. So here is the correct answer, tissue. The next question. The jelly-like fluid substance present in cells is called. So we know by the structure of shell, let this be a cell, and in this there is some jelly-like substance that is in which the organelles float. So the question is asking for this name. So we know that this jelly-like substance is called cytoplasm. So we will find the correct option, D, cytoplasm. Next question. Question number 7. Read the following pairs of examples of organism. The pair that belongs to the group prokaryotes is. So now what is prokaryotes? We know that prokaryotes are the organism that have not fully developed nucleus and they have circular DNA, and they are a very primitive type of organism. So out of the options we will see moss and sponge. We know that none of these are prokaryotes, they both are eukaryotes. Second option, yeast and amoeba. We know that yeast is a fungi and fungi are not prokaryotes. Third option, bacteria and blue-green algae. So these both are the example of prokaryotes, that is the organism with primitive type of nucleus and no bound organelles. So this is the correct option. Let's also look at the fourth option, penicillium and Spirogyra. So penicillium is a fungi from which the penicillin is obtained, and Spirogyra is an algae. It is a freshwater algae. So both of these are not prokaryotes. So the correct answer remains option C. Moving on to the next question, we have to read the following terms and select the pair that is related to inheritance of character. So we know that inheritance of characters are associated with the nucleus and the genes. So let's go through the options and find the correct one. First option, cell wall and cell membrane. So the cell wall and cell membrane, they are both for the protection of the cell and to keep the contents of the cell inside it. So these are not associated with inheritance of characters and the genes. So this option is wrong. The next option, chromosome and mitochondria. So chromosome is the correct option, but mitochondria is not. So the whole option will be incorrect. We know that chromosome stores the DNA and which stores the genes. So this is also incorrect, and option A is also incorrect. Moving on to the third option, chloroplast and cell membrane. It contains cell membrane which do not store the genetic character, and chloroplast have the DNA but it is not totally functioned to store it. So it is also wrong. The function of chloroplast is basically to photosynthesize. So option C is wrong. Next option, option D, chromosome and genes. We know that chromosomes, I told you in the previous question, that chromosomes are these structures which store genes, and genes are the basic basic structures which store DNA, and both of them are the structures which are associated with inheritance of character, that is passing on the basic characters. Like a human have 23 chromosomes and the subsequent genes that will lead to formation of human. So this is the correct option, option D. Moving to the ninth question, we have to choose the correct statement. Let's read all the options and choose the correct one. Genes are located in the chromosome. This is true. In this diagram, I showed you that the genes are located inside the chromosome. This is true. Next option, cell is located in the nucleus. This is absolutely wrong because I showed you before. May this be a cell, and inside this is the nucleus, not the vice versa that nucleus stores the cell. So this is completely wrong. Next option, chromosomes are located in the nucleolus. This is wrong because I showed you in this diagram that the chromosomes are in the condensed form of chromatin that are outside the nucleus. So this is also wrong. Next option, cell membrane surrounds the nucleus. This is also wrong because cell membrane surrounds the whole cell, not only the nucleus, and the nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. So this is also wrong. So our answer remains the option A, that is genes are located in the chromosomes. Moving to the next question, green color of leaves is due to presence of the pigment. Now we have to tell the name of the pigment. We know that the pigment's name is chlorophyll, that is stored in the chloroplast. So the correct option is chlorophyll without any doubt. The next question, the unit of measurement used for expressing dimension, that is size of the cell, is. So we know that the most of the cells are microscopic and they cannot be seen or measured by the regular scale we use. So they are seen with the help of microscope and they are measured in the micrometer unit. So this is a fact-based question. We have to learn it. Next, the most important function of cell membrane is. So the cell membrane has many functions. Out of that, we have to tell the most important. Option A, it controls the entry and exit of materials from cell. It is true that it controls, but we have to check the most important, so we have to check out all the options. So this is correct. controls only the entry of materials into cells. This is wrong because we know both entry and exit can be done. So this option is wrong. Controls only the exit of materials. This is also wrong because again we know both entry and exit both are associated in this. Last option allows entry and exit of materials without any control. This is partially correct and partially wrong. We know that it allows entry and exit of material, but it can control the entry and exit of the materials based on the amount of the material present. So this option is wrong. The most appropriate option is option number A. So that is the answer. Moving to the next question, question number 13. Paheli accidentally placed her hand over a flame and immediately pulled it back. She felt the sensation of heat and reacted due to the action of. So now this is a given case in which a girl named Paheli had placed her hand over a flame and she had immediately pulled it back. We know that it is the reaction of our brain. So we have to tell due to which types of cell the action occurred. So this is a reflex action we know. So the reflex action is carried out by blood cells? No. The blood is used for transportation. The skin surface? This is also wrong because the skin is for protecting us from the outside environment. Third option, nerve cells. This is correct because it transfers the signals of pain or it senses the things and proceeds to the brain. So this option is correct. Fourth option, nucleus of the cell. It is also incorrect because the nucleus are not directly connected to the brain and brain helps us do the action. So this is also correct. Option C. Question number 14. Of the following parts of a cell listed below, name the part that is common to plant cell, animal cell and bacterial cell. So we have to name the cell part that is common to all the types of cell. Maybe it's prokaryotic, eukaryotic, animal or plant. So first option, chloroplast. We know that the chloroplast is limited to only the photosynthetic cells that are the plant cells and certain fungi. So this option is wrong. Second option, cell wall. Again it is limited only to plant cells. This is also wrong. Third option, cell membrane. Yes, cell membrane is found in both plant cell, animal cell and bacterial cell. So this is correct. Option number D, the nucleus. We know that plant cell and animal cell both contain the nucleus, but the bacterial cell will not be counted as it do not contain any bounded nucleus. It just contains a dense region where the genetic material is stored. So nucleus will not come under the correct option. Only option C is correct. Question number 15. The thread-like structures present in the nucleus are. So in this structure of cell, there is a nucleus and in that nucleus there is something condensed form chromatin and that chromatin is the condensed form of chromosomes. So by the information we know that the correct answer is chromosomes. Nucleolus is the not a thread-like structure, it is a circular structure. Ribosomes are not present inside nucleus and the genes are in the chromosomes that are not directly in the nucleus. The next question is to identify the statement which is true for cells. Now this is a general statement for all cells, so we will be checking all statements. Cells can be easily seen with naked eyes. This is partially correct because we can see ostrich egg or some egg that can be seen, but most of the cells cannot be seen as we have discussed in question number 2. So this is incorrect. Next question, insect's egg is not a cell. This is wrong because we know that all the eggs are cells. They are single cells. Next, a single cell can perform all the functions in a unicellular organism. Yes, this is correct. We know that this is our basic cell. Inside that we have mitochondria for respiration, we have chloroplast for photosynthesis, we have another organelle nucleus for controlling, that is the brain of the cell. We have Golgi apparatus for packaging. So we have many organelles. So these organelles are capable of doing all the things that a fully mature organism can do, that a multicellular organism can do. So this is correct. Fourth option, the size and shape of cells is uniform in multicellular organism. So this is wrong. In multicellular organism, there are different types of cells that are in different types of tissues. So this option is also wrong because the size and shape can depend on in which tissues are present. For example, muscle cells, smooth muscle cells are like this, strands, and in between there is a nucleus. The neuron, they are a complicated structure like this branch structure. They are different. They have a cyton and axon and a dense nucleus here. And we have skin cells, different type of skin cells. These are like this. So the cells can say size and shape can depend on where they are present. So this is also wrong. Question 17. Which of the following is not a cell? So a RBC, red blood corpuscle or red blood cell, it is a cell because we can get it by its name only. And the bacterium, it is also a cell. All the bacteria are a part of cell. And the spermatozoa, it is also a cell. And the virus is not a cell because it is not living. It is the conflict between living and non-living because it can only live inside an fully functioning organism once it enters it, but outside the cell it can not do anything, so it is not a cell because it is not living. Question number 18. Which of the following feature will help you in distinguishing a plant cell from an animal cell? So we have studied plant cell and animal cell in the chapter and we have also seen the difference. So we will check the options. Cell wall. This is correct because cell wall is only present in plant cell, not in animal cell. The animal cell only have the cell membrane as the protection, not the cell wall. So the wall is the correct answer because cell membrane is contained by both the cells, animal and plant cell, and the mitochondria and nucleus, they both are common to plant cell and animal cell. So these three options are incorrect and cell wall is correct. Under a microscope, Paheli observed a cell that has a cell wall but no distinct nucleus. The cell that she observes is. So we have a case that we have a cell, it have a cell wall and it have a cell membrane also because all the cells that have cell wall must have cell membrane. But the thing is that it does not have a bounded nucleus. So we know that the organism which do not have a bounded nucleus and they just have a dense region in which the genetic material is stored, there are the prokaryotic cells. So just in the simpler version of the question, we can say that we have to find the prokaryotic cell out of these. So let's find the prokaryotic cell. Uh, a plant cell, it is clearly not a prokaryota because it is a fully developed cell with a distinct nucleus. Same goes with the animal cell. And a nerve cell is also a part of animal, so it is also a eukaryote. So the option left is bacterial cell. We know that all the bacteria are prokaryote and they do not have a prominent nuclei. So this is the correct answer. Question number 20. Cheek cells do not have. So now we have cheek cells. We know that cheek cells are a part of human body and humans are a type of animals in biology we say. So we have to find that what do animal cells do not have. So cell membrane, all the cells have cell membrane, so this is not correct. Nucleus, all the eukaryotes have nucleus and human are eukaryotes, so we have nucleus. Golgi apparatus, we have Golgi apparatus for packaging, so this we also contain with in cheek cells. And plastids, plastids are only contained in the cells which can photosynthesize and which store the things like leucoplasts and chromoplasts. So they are only present in the plant cells and few other cells like fungi. So these are not contained in the cheek cells. So this is the correct option. Question number 21. We have to identify the correct statement. So we have to read all the options. Option number 1. Tissue is a group of dissimilar cells. So this is absolutely incorrect because we know that tissue is a similar cells that can perform a similar function together are called tissue. So by definition we got this incorrect. Second option, an organ consists of similar cells. So for example we take an organ stomach. So do all the organ in the cells of the stomach contain similar cells? So this is not correct because we have different types of cells like peptic cells, chief cells, which we will learn in higher classes, but we know that they have different types of cells. So this is also incorrect. Next option, vacuoles are not found in plant cells. So we know that if this is a plant cell, then the major portion is occupied by vacuoles. So it is absolutely incorrect that the plant cells do not have a vacuole. So this statement is absolutely absurd. So we will remove this diagram. So this option is also incorrect. Moving to the last option of this question. Prokaryotes do not have nucleus. Yes, this statement is correct. It is absolutely correct that the prokaryotes do not have a bounded nucleus. So this option is correct. Question number 22. Which of the following statements are true for eukaryotic cells? The term is eukaryotic cells and we have to find the true statement. So we have to go through all the options. They do not have a nuclear membrane. This is false because all the eukaryotic cells are differed from the prokaryotic by the nuclear membrane. So this is incorrect. They have a well organized nucleus. This is true that they have a well organized nucleus which contains the nucleolus, chromatin and etc. Third option, they have a nuclear membrane. This is also true that they have a nuclear membrane. Fourth option, blue-green algae are eukaryotic cells. This is wrong because blue-green algae are a type of bacteria that are prokaryotic. So this is also wrong. So option number 2 and option number 3 are correct. So in the options we can check option number 2 and 3. So the answer is B. In question number 23, we have to find the correct statement about cells. So this is generalized, so we have to check all the options. So first option is all the cells have nucleus. So this is incorrect because we have learned that prokaryotic cells do not have nucleus. So this is incorrect. Second option, cells of an organ have similar structure. This is also incorrect because I told you, for example, we take stomach cells, then we have different type of cells. For example, chief cells, peptic cells, etc. And the cell secreting nucleus. So this is also incorrect. Cells of a tissue have similar structure. This is correct because the cells of a tissue are similar cells combined together to form a same function. So this is correct. This is a correct statement. Next option, shape of all type of cells is round. This is absolutely absurd because we know nerve cell is, muscle cell is like this, nerve cell is like branched, and we have the skin cells that are like this, the squamous cells. So all the cells may or may not be round, so this is also wrong. So the correct statement for this question is option number C, that the cells of a tissue have similar structure and the cells of a tissue also have similar functions. Moving on to the next question and maybe the last question. The table given below has certain terms and 4 blank spaces named A, B, C and D. So we have this table and we have 4 blank spaces. So basically this is not the variables of mass, these are blank spaces that we have to fill. So we will mark out the blank spaces. So in this table we have cell, its feature or part, the special feature of the cell and the function of that cell. So we will start filling each. First, amoeba. We know that amoeba cells, they have pseudophodia and the contractile vacuole that helps them digest their food. But the function is given movement. So for movement, we also have pseudophodia. So the contractile vacuole option is incorrect. So the only option here can be pseudophodia. So we will look in the options. So option A, B and D. These have pseudophodia as the first option. The second B blank. We have plant cell in the second part and its feature is given plastid. So we know that the function of plastids are photosynthesis, that is the chloroplast. So we have to check out in which B option has photosynthesis. So in this B has respiration, so this is incorrect. In this B has photosynthesis, so this is correct. And we have already figured out that option C is incorrect because of the blank A, so this is incorrect. And option D, it also has photosynthesis, so this may be correct. Moving to C blank, we have to name the type of cell and its feature is given that it is spindle shaped and its function is contraction. So we know that the contraction is done by a spindle shaped cell in the human body, that is the muscle cell. So let's check. See, here these two options are already incorrect. We have to check only option B and D. In option B it is muscle cell, yes it is correct. And in option D it is cheek cell. So the cheek cell do not have the spindle shape, they have this squamous shape, and you will learn that it is squamous epithelium. And the muscle cell, this is correct. So option B is correct. Let us also find out what is the blank D. So the cell is given as nerve cell. So we have to find out the feature of nerve cell and its function is given stimuli and response. So I have shown you the shape of the nerve as this. This is branched. It has many types of parts, that is there are axon, cyton and many dendrite pattern. So these are all that are contained in the neuron. So here is the nerve cell. Nerve cell and neuron mean the same thing. So here it is. So this we can directly see that it is branched like a T tree. So the D blank will be branched. Let us confirm by the option. Yes, option B, which we have found out that is correct. It is branched cell. So that was the multiple choice questions of the NCERT Exemplar Class 8. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked my video. Thank you.